Today I'm going to be talking about 4 things I love at Harbor Freight and 1 thing I hate at Harbor Freight. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into this. So first up is this 1/8 horsepower transfer pump. And I'm using this in my water catchment system. I use it to pump out to a garden hose and water my plants. So it's been really nice. I've been very happy with it. First off, it's whisper quiet. And that was a real big surprise. I figured it would make a lot of noise because its little brother, the 110 horsepower, actually makes a fair amount of noise. But this one is whisper quiet. Never had any problems with it. You know, it's been a really good pump. I can pump hundreds of gallons of water at a time with it. Never had any problems with it. I was a little concerned about the build quality because these are plastic, and again, the 1/10 horsepower one, they're steel. But it's been perfectly fine. I just have these quick connects on it, so I don't even have to worry about hurting the threads. It comes with this little guy where you can kind of stick that in the bottom of something and suck the water out. It came with a transfer pipe pump hose. So I've been very, very happy with this. It was dirt cheap, 65 bucks maybe. I mean, it was nothing. It says it can pump 450 gallons per hour. I've never really tested it, but it definitely pumps out the water at a rate that is perfectly fine with me. It's not exactly like municipal water pressure, but it's perfectly fine if you use it like how I do, where you're just pumping out water to water plants, or if you need to remove water from something. So it's whisper quiet. It was inexpensive. It's built nice. It's pumped with no problems. I've been very happy with it. And if you need a cheap pump and you're a little hesitant, get it. I've been happy with it. So next up is the 1700 PSI Portland power washer. And I see people talking trash about this thing all the time, to the point where I was nervous about buying it. But I've had it for a year now, and it works great. There's no need to buy a 4000 PSI power washer that's $1,000 for the average homeowner. Now look, if you're a professional, obviously get a professional grade power washer. But for everybody else out there, for the average homeowner, this is all you need, and it works great. Now, one thing I will say is it comes with a cheap wand, so you can't put attachments on it. You got to buy the attachment. You got to buy the wand so you can put on the attachments. It's like 20 bucks more, and the thing was like 65, maybe 70 bucks. So, you know, altogether you're in maybe $80 for a power washer that does everything. And I mean, I've power washed house after house. I just power washed my roof because I'm recoating it. It's a flat roof, so I had to power wash it clean. I just washed the side of my house with it. I mean, you can see it's completely dirty. I use it all of the time, and it's perfectly fine. So I don't know why people are always trashing this power washer. You know, it's inexpensive. It's perfectly fine. If you upgrade the nozzle, it's going to be everything you're ever going to need for an average homeowner. So consider it. If you're thinking about it, get it. There's no need to spend $600 on a gas power washer. This is all you're ever going to need. And this 1750 PSI, before I bought it, I thought, well, man, that's not going to be enough power to do everything. I mean, I power washed the side of my house, and it had like mold and like barnacles and all sorts of junk on it, and it just power washed it all away. So it's got plenty of power, inexpensive. I've had it now for at least a year. Works fine. Just make sure you upgrade the wand so you can put on your attachments, and you're going to be happy with it. It's all you're ever going to need for the average homeowner. So now I'm going to talk about one thing I can't stand at Harbor Freight and you should never buy, and that's these cheap batteries. And look, I know that Harbor Freight's whole business model is inexpensive tools and supplies for the average person. So I know these are discount batteries. I mean, these were $3 for a 24 pack. But even dollar store batteries are better than these. I recently did a test. Compared these batteries to Energizer, Duracell, and even dollar store batteries. And the cheap dollar store batteries were 4 to 5 times better than these batteries. And that's just the energy capacity of these batteries. I'm not even going to talk about the overall quality of the battery. You know, the shelf life, or how they have a tendency to leak, or anything like that. These are just terrible batteries. So if you're looking for a cheap discount battery, just go to your local dollar store and get those batteries. They're going to be considerably better than these. These are terrible, terrible batteries. Next up is this Handcart. I do a lot of shows. farmers markets, art shows, stuff like that. I'm always having to haul things to somewhere and haul things back, and it's always a pain in the butt. And yeah, you can use a dolly, but this thing is so much better. It holds 400 pounds probably easily. Easy to maneuver. The handle folds down, so it takes zero space when storing, or if you got to transport it somewhere. You can pile the boxes onto it. You can pile the stuff onto it. It rolls smooth as butter. It's well built. It's solid. I mean, you can see this thing. I've beat the crap out of it. It's dirty. I use this thing all the time, and sometimes I just use it around here if I want to move stuff, you know, because I mean, I got a wheelbarrow, I've got dollies, I got all those other things, but this thing, there's a stability to it that I really like. So I'd highly recommend this. They're really inexpensive, solidly built. You can do several hundred pounds with it. Rolls as smooth as butter. If you need to move stuff on a consistent or constant basis, buy one of these. I was a little hesitant about it. My wife insisted we buy it, and she has been 100% right, because I love this thing now. It is an indispensable tool to move stuff. So if you need to move stuff, consider buying one of these things. It'll greatly help you out. So the final product I'm going to talk about today is this Pierce nail gun, and I love it, and I'm going to tell you why. So I have a unique problem. I'm doing some siding, but I have this weird kind of cement-ish looking siding. I don't even know exactly what it is, but it's weird heavy siding, and I wanted to put some wood on top of it. And I have several brad nailers, but you know, they're like 18 gauge or so, and they just not enough horsepower to punch through it. The nails were just a little too small, just didn't quite have enough oomph, you know. So I bought this. This can shoot 15 gauge up to 2-inch brads, or you know, finished nails, and it just powers through that cement stuff. So it's been incredibly good. It has plenty of horsepower. It was relatively inexpensive. It's worked fine. So it uses these kind of nails. It's got a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more juice. It can kind of push through heavier material. So if you have that kind of a need where your normal brad gun just isn't quite going to be enough, consider getting this. It works and loads just like every other kind of nail gun out there. You know, it's pneumatic, of course. Never had any problems with it, jams or anything like that. Really nice nail gun. If you need something a little bit more juice, I would definitely recommend you looking into this gun. So that's my list. If you have a product that you love or that you hate or you disagree with what I've said, leave a comment below. I always love to hear the comments. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I will talk to everyone later.